guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be sewing this knotted dress. So the first thing I did is to work on my back pattern. I took my back pattern and then I took 0.5 inches. I came in from my chest line to my hip line, and then I'm going to work on my neckline. I took my neckline to be 2 inches, and then I'm just going to go ahead and draw in my new neckline. When I'm done doing that, I'm just going to cut those modifications I made, and then I'm going to work on my front pattern. This back pattern had no seam allowance, so I don't have prior seam allowance to it. And if you don't know how to make one of these dress pattern, I'm going to give you the link in the description box to check the one I've already made. So I'm going to be working on my front pattern. This front pattern, your neckline should be determined by whatever you really want, and whatever shape you want to achieve on your neckline is what you should put. So as for me, I want to be using these two neckline that are made. So I might later change my mind because I love working with neckline a lot. So I'm going to go to my center front, the one that is on fold. So I'm going to be working on that side. I want to make a straight line to some strategic places, and I've choose to make sure that the first one go over my bust point and the second one to my armhole, and the third on somewhere around my waist, and the other one somewhere around my hip side. So in total I think I made about 4 or 5 lines. That is where I'm going to be opening up and doing my slash and spread method. So when I'm done doing all of this, the next thing I'm going to do is just to slash it, spread it, and put a new pattern paper underneath of this, and then make a new pattern. So if you just follow along, you'll see what I did. The only thing I do on my front is to make sure that everything is on a straight line, because I want to be able to tie it round the two knots. I want to be able to tie it nicely, and that is why I make sure I have it on a straight line. So this is it. The length of that opening should be exactly 9 inches. You can use 8 inches. It depends on how you want yours to fold. So I'm going to extend this. You can extend this by at least 24 inches, 20 inches, 19 inches. It depends on you. So I'm just going to extend it to my taste, because I want to have a knot at the front and I want the knot to wrap around me at the back. So I went ahead and do everything I need. That means my pattern is actually done. So I'm going to be using this fabric. It's actually a vintage fabric, so I like vintage a lot. The first thing I'm going to do is cut out my pattern and work on my back. So this is my back pattern. I'm going to go ahead and sew the back. So I work on my front as well. The first place I want to sew is my down part. So I'll just lay it nicely. I went ahead and give it a small notch there, so I will go ahead and sew it to the point where I want my slit to reach, and then I'm going to go ahead on the upper part and then sew also to that point. So I went ahead and sew it and leave a little bit of slit there. So like I said, choose the neckline of what you want. So I went ahead and also pinned my extension together like this, and then This is the beauty of making sure they are on a straight line. If you check here, they match each other nicely. So I'm going to go ahead and sew it and come back to show you. So you know how the situations of Nigeria can be. I'm a Nigerian, and if you see me changing like one or two clothes from this video, that is because I left it the first day and then continued the other day. So I went ahead and sewed this part. I will just cut some excesses out like this, and then I will go ahead and, you see, I'll go ahead and turn it inside out. So I choose the neckline I want. I later changed my mind about that neckline though. So I like working with necklines a lot. If I sew one and I'm not satisfied, I can always change it before I join my two sides together. So guys, at this point, this is how my front is looking. It's really fine. I like it. So I'll just go ahead and lay my back piece on it and then join the shoulder, and then I'm going to join this side. But before I join this side, I would like to fix my sleeve part. So if you don't know how to draft a basic sleeve, I have a tutorial on my channel, so go ahead and check it out. I will also link it in the description box below so that you'll be able to find it easily. So I went ahead and fixed my sleeve, and then I'm going to go ahead and finish my down part, and then go ahead and finish my upper part. So I'm just cutting a stripe to finish it up. It doesn't have to be on a bias because my fabric is a little bit stretchy, so because of that I'll just sew on a straight strip. So I went ahead putting my notches after I sewed the first time. I'll turn it out like this on the right side, and then I'll top stitch it. My neckline is done. Thank you so much for